Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Does anyone here play video game? I know you will. What kind of video game do you play?
Soccer.
Soccer. How about you?
FPS.
FPS.
Like war game.
Oh, war game. Oh, okay. I'm sure most young people have heard about one of these games, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, GTA, right?
Yep.
These few games are the most popular and casual shooting games around the world. However, the level of violence in the video games way too harsh and darker than you think. Players do all kind of a cruel thing in the violent video game that you cannot even imagine. Today, I'm going to talk about why I agree that all violent video games should be banned. First of all, it is certain that violent video games impact the player to have a increase in aggressive and violent behavior. For example, one of the most recent studies shows how playing a violent video game may impact what kids will do if they find a gun. If one group of kids play a violent video game and the other group play a non-violent video game, after the kids play the game, the researcher show a gun to both groups of kids. It was clear that the kids who play violent video games were most likely touch a gun, pull the triggers, and point at themselves and others. Second, violent video game can make people numb to the pain and suffering of others. Why? Because the player gets reward for violent behavior, such as killing and destroy others in a cruel way. I truly feel that these days people have lost empathy for each other and they only think of themselves. And finally, it is the fact that playing violent video game can change how your brain performs. For one reason, playing violent video game can affect brain memories and vision in a negative way. One study shows that people playing shooting games damage hippocampus area in their brain. That means whoever spent a lot of time playing video games such as Call of Duty may face higher risk of Alzheimer's and depression later on. In conclusion, I believe the people in huge organization that sells drugs, alcohol, pornography, and video games, they have often said that everybody have a right to express themselves in many way because we are in a country allow people to choose what they want to say, hear, and do. But personally, when I heard that quote, I only think of selfish and greedy nature of a human being. We have the right to protect ourselves from unnecessary danger, especially from our youth. This is why I agree that we should ban violent video games. Thanks for listening.